There are two things primarily that I want to address in this video. Firstly, I want to mirror Black conservative patriots' excellent shadow banned video on Hunter Biden. And secondly, I want to address some idiocy that has surfaced in the comments on this channel. We want to continue winning, folks, but some of you are losing faith and getting impatient. You'll feel better after you watch this.
By the way, whatever happened to Hunter? Where the hell is he?
That's a good question. We made a t-shirt. Get yourself one. The link is in the description section.
I'm here. I'm working and I'm living my life.
The impeachment inquiry is also making waves overseas. Ukraine's top prosecutor says he's opening an investigation into the company tied to Hunter Biden.
Ukraine finds itself at the center of America's impeachment investigation.
On Friday, Ukraine's new prosecutor general said he'll review several past investigations, some involving the owner of Burisma, though he said no one had pressured him to do so.
Well, Joe was the vice president and the focal point of American policy, so he visited often.
Burisma is the lead.
His son Hunter was the well-paid director of a controversial energy company called Burisma, which has links to the pro-Russian government, which had just been overthrown.
Even the New York Times said there was a conflict. Actually, Politico first revealed it. Biden Inc.
At the time, some people said that that was a conflict of interest.
And in the president's defense, when he said in the Ukrainian call, hey, people are talking about Biden and his son, they darn well were. The New York Times had an article on May 1st. The Hill had one on April 1st. Fox News, CNN's John King talked about it on the May 12th. ABC, June 20th. And may I tell everybody, 3 months ago, the New Yorker had a scathing cover story. And in that cover story about Hunter Biden, it said, could Hunter Biden's business dealings in the Ukraine and, quote, tumultuous personal life damage his father's chance at the presidency. So people who were talking about 3 months ago are in hiding now.
So once again, Uncle Joey said that not one credible news source was talking about this. And obviously, I just showed you, he gets 4+ Pinocchios.
No. As I said, the only time was after a news account, and it wasn't a discussion in any way. There's no but to this. No, we never.
And the other lie that seems ridiculous is that Joe, the dad, only seemed to find out things when reading them in the newspaper.
No. As I said, the only time was after a news account.
His son didn't tell him of a major money move or career move, if you want to see it as a career move, that he accomplished. No, his father finds out about it by reading the newspaper. That is completely laughable and totally unbelievable.
Your dad said, I hope you know what you're doing.
I hope you know what you're doing.
I do.
And I said, I do.
Once again, I'm no body language expert, but I am a human being, and I have been interacting with other human beings for several decades now, and this does not look like the face of someone who's telling the truth.
And to dispel the mainstream media lies and propaganda about Joe Biden not knowing anything about his son's business dealings in the Ukraine, here is a photograph of Joe and Hunter Biden with 2 Ukrainian gas company executives playing golf. Do you believe it now? I won't duplicate BCP's entire video here. Please use the link below to see it in its entirety and subscribe to his channel while you're there. And make no mistake about this, folks. Joe Biden knew about Hunter Biden's involvement with Burisma Holdings. In fact, we have him on video before the Council on Foreign Relations, another global mafia group, admitting and bragging that he threatened the Ukrainian president with withholding U.S. aid if the prosecutor looking into Burisma Holdings wasn't fired. Here it is.
And I went over, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, I'm not going to, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him.
Did you catch that? Creepy Joe said, call him. Call who? Barry Soetoro, that's who, which means Obama knew, and Obama was in on this extortion scheme.
I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here, and I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
And now, my good friends, that has been taken care of and put to bed, I want to address some other issues. There are people who have been making comments and putting them down in the comment section, and I can see their point of view. And obviously, they're not thinking about what they're commenting on, because on its face, some of these comments are absolutely ludicrous. We see that there are confirmed reports about some event that happens, and it could be anything. And you get some idiot saying, I want to see proof. Now, we know Ruth Bader Ginsburg is dead. She's dead and stinking since February. Okay? Since February. She's dead and stinking. She's like Lazarus in a tomb, unless Jesus comes back and does his thing and says, come forth, Lazarus. She's going to be there until the end of times. But you got people saying, I won't believe it until I see proof. Well, what kind of proof do you need? What kind of proof do you expect me, myself, and I, working by myself, in my Jeep, out in the woods, out by the lake, in my kitchen, what proof do you think that I can provide other than reliable information that has been, over the course of the last 4 years that I've been doing this shit, proven to be fact? Namely, the biggest one was the cabin recording in Phoenix Airport. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I want to see proof. I want to hear it. Well, if I had it, I would play it, but I don't have it, so I can't play it. But a year and a half later, everybody called bullshit on that. The guy who took the recording to Reuters, the pilot of the plane who took it out of his thing on a USB drive, I'll leave the link in the description, it took it out, and the guy ends up committing suicide. What a coinky-dink, huh? What a coinky-dink. And then you got other assholes. I mean, let's start with the proof. I want proof. All right, what proof do you need? Ruth Bader Ginsburg is dead. What proof do you need? Do you need a dead, stinking body? And even if I could provide it, deliver it to you, UPS, in a box, return receipt requested, and you open up the body bag and you get knocked over like the stinker would be enough to knock a buzzard off a shit wagon. How do you know that that's Ruth Bader Ginsburg in that box? You can't. You don't. I don't. Either you don't. All we can do is rest in the sufficiency of the evidence. We know that Poppy Bush and No Name were executed. That's a fact. That's a fact. And you get some asshole coming on and say, oh, he tweeted today. Does that prove he's alive, you asshole? Unfucking believable. The people's heads are all fucked up somehow. The wiring is mixed up. They take a tweet of proof of life, but they won't take a dead, stinking body as proof of somebody's dead. And how do you know it's him? You don't know. And there's disinformation being passed out, and there's disinformation being passed out on purpose for a reason. Even Q said this information is necessary. Am I part of that disinformation? I don't know. I could be an unwitting participant in the disinformation thing that's done for a better purpose of confusing the piss out of these people. Because quite frankly, they don't know what to do. They can't even keep their own lies straight. They've been bullshitting us for 175, at least 175 years. The mainstream media has been in the deep state's pocket since before JFK was assassinated. And you ask me for proof? Are you fucking kidding me? And then you got the other assholes that I clickbait. I take them off right away. I ban them from the channel. Clickbait. Bullshit. You're an old man, don't know what he's talking about. Good. I take you off the channel. We are a family here. We are a family of people. We can at least be civil. If you say bullshit, good. Prove it. Give me a link. Put a link in the description to something that refutes what I'm telling you. I'm not doing this shit for the money. What do you think? I got better shit to do than this shit. I got better things to do than talk to a bunch of assholes who don't want to hear it. And, you know, if you don't want to believe it, ain't no proof going to prove it to you. I don't care what you believe, to tell you the truth. And let me tell you something else. The people who do this type of stuff, they're trolls. They're deep state trolls. There are people who are patriots in name only. They get up there and they pretend to be patriots. They play the Donald Trump's themes and all that other shit. But really, secretly, on the down low, they're trying to troll us and trying to discredit us, the people who got Donald Trump elected, and the people who, in fact, saved this planet from a nuclear war. Because if the Golden Mumu was in the White House right now, we would be in a world of shit. Those of us who survived. And when you're banned from any channel on YouTube, you can still watch the videos. But when you go to do a comment, your comment might show up. You might see your own comment, but nobody else will see it. And I'm not going back and unredacting and unbanning anybody. You got one chance. Make a comment that makes sense. Make a comment that's civil. And don't call my president names, because that will get you banned from this channel. They want to censor us, I can censor you people. Straight like that. We are a community of patriots. And if you don't want to be a patriot, you don't want to act like a patriot, and you don't want to talk like a patriot, then get the fuck off my channel, because I don't need you, and nobody on this channel needs to hear your bullshit. And before I go, just in passing, let me tell you something that maybe some of you don't know, or some of you won't believe. These people have multiple body doubles, or doppelgangers. Hitler had over a dozen of them. And that's a fact. And if you don't believe me, just study your history. Not the history that they teach you in school that conveniently leaves out the 1933 plot to seize the White House that was written in a book with the same title, The Plot to Seize the White House by Jules Archer, that was put on the kibosh by General Smedley Butler, an unsung American hero, that if it wasn't for him, we'd be doing the Hitler salute and singing Edelweiss right now. They don't teach you that in school. If you want to avail yourself of a little smidgen of the truth, watch a movie titled Valkyrie, where they tried to assassinate Adolf Hitler, and he survived multiple assassinations. These people have body doubles. Some people call them clones. Now, I haven't seen any empirical proof or any empirical evidence of clones, but I can tell you what. The one clone that stands out among all the others is the clone of Jeffrey Epstein, or the body double of Jeffrey Epstein laying out on a stretcher. That wasn't him. Because your ears and your nose and your profile is unique to every person on the planet. You can get somebody that looks like, but it ain't him. And I tell you another little factual piece of evidence that you might not realize. No planes hit the towers on 9/11. There were no planes. Those things and those people that said they saw planes are bullshit artists, liars, and paid traitors. No planes hit the World Trade Center towers. How can I prove that? CNN put out a DVD, a memorialized DVD of 9/11. If you look at the footage, frame by frame, of the plane hitting the South Tower, the left wing of the plane disappears behind a building, the Bankers Trust building, that's a quarter of a mile down the road. How does that happen? I got a better one. How about this? How about this? The plane that hit the South Tower hits one end and comes out, the nose of the plane comes out the other end intact. How does that happen? The nose of a plane is made out of reinforced fiberglass that would instantly shatter the moment it hits a sparrow. And the planes were going too fast to fly at sea level. The wings would have ripped off those planes a long time before they even got there. So all of that shit was CGI, or what is more commonly known as photoshopped, into the video in real time, and they screwed up big time. Get the DVD or get any video that shows the plane hitting the South Tower, a good quality video, and play it frame by frame in your VLC player. Play it frame by frame. You will see that this wing goes behind the Bankers Trust building. It goes behind the building, disappears. It's like the building is in front of the wing. How does that happen? It only happens because it's CGI. Somebody screwed up. Somebody didn't think of that wing should be in front of the building, not in back of the building. And to show you that the mainstream media is totally full of shit, reading from a script, Jane Standley reported that Building 7 fell 25 minutes before it actually fell on live TV, on BBC. And I'll play that video right after this. Don't believe the mainstream media. Turn that shit off. We even got a t-shirt. These people are traitors. And the mainstream media are the biggest ones, even bigger than the politicians. Because if it wasn't for them not doing their job and being propaganda outlets for the deep state instead of the journalists that they're supposed to be, and if it wasn't for us, we wouldn't be discussing this topic right now. But here we are, and we are exposing them left and right. They cannot escape what's coming. And it's only a few days before the FISA and the D-class that we've been waiting for and predicting would show up any day now. But, you know, every time it comes out and every time it's just about to be released, some new string is pulled. Some new evidence comes out. There's somebody else with their hands in the pot that we didn't know about before, the day before. Literally the day before. We want them all. We want all the traitors. We want all the child traffickers put up against the wall and shot publicly on national television so that everybody can see it and everybody can see the result and has no doubt whatsoever. Show me the proof. I want to see the proof. I want to be part of that proof. And I think so do you if you're a real patriot. So here's the video of Jane Stanley predicting that the building fell 25 minutes before it fell. Reading from a script, obviously reading from a script. Oh, what can you tell us, Jane? Oh, nothing that you don't know already because it's already on the script, you know what I mean? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah, right.
Now, more on the latest building collapse in New York. You might have heard a few moments ago I was talking about the Salomon Brothers building collapsing. And indeed it has. Apparently that's only a few hundred yards away from where the World Trade Center towers were. And it seems that this was not a result of a new attack. It was because the building had been weakened during this morning's attacks. We'll probably find out more now about that from our correspondent, Jane Stanley. Jane, what more can you tell us about the Salomon Brothers building and its collapse?
Well, only really what you already know. Details are very, very sketchy. There's almost a sense downtown in New York behind me, down by the World Trade Centers, of just an area completely closed off as the rescue workers try to do their job. But this isn't the first building that has suffered as a result. We know that part of the Marriott Hotel next to the World Trade Center also collapsed as a result of this huge amount of falling debris from 110 floors of the two twin towers of the World Trade Center. As you can see behind me, the Trade Center appears to be still burning. We see these huge clouds of smoke and ash, and we know that behind that there's an empty piece of what was a very familiar New York skyline, a symbol of the financial prosperity of this city, but completely disappeared now, and New York is still unable to take on board what has happened to them today.
This is Dave from Net4Truth USA, Whirlwind Revolt. Thank you for listening. If you can support us, buy a t-shirt, donate to us. We can sure use the money because I'm working 18-hour days here for nothing. I could be doing other more profitable things than doing this, but I'm not. I'm trying to save my country. I'm trying to save it for the next generation that really, most of them don't deserve the freedom that they're going to inherit from this administration and the one to come, because Donald Trump is going to win 2020 in a bigger election landslide than the last one. And you think the demon rats are butthurt now. When they try to impeach the president, guess what? If it gets to a trial and he wins, and he's exonerated of all the bullshit that they've been throwing at him for the last 3 years, guess what? He gets another term. Bye. Thanks for playing.
Please subscribe to our backup channels, Whirlwind Revolt, Inglorious Patriots, and Net4Truth USA 2 Patriot channel. You can also find us at Net4Truth USA on BitChute. We fly so close to the target, we're on our 4th fighter jet. We will be relentless truth seekers until the enemies of freedom are defeated. You can support this channel by using the links in the description, but for a $100 donation, I will personally send you a autographed hardcover special edition copy of Land of Childhood's Fears. Also, visit my bookstore at lulu.com/Net4Truth USA. If you are viewing this video on BitChute, you can use the links in the description to support us, or simply click the green $ dot on our video to support this channel. Thank you. Links are in the description section.